our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans? No! You're about shenanigans, right?
Okay, now, let me tell you a story about two guys named Rick and Jeppin.
Yo, motherfucker, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Shit, man, I'm just trying to tell you a motherfucking story.
Shit
in
is
this bitch.
whack, yo.
You're fucking whack. Your fucking pants are whack. Shit. I'm gonna take it down to the motherfucking tightrope, bitch.
Welcome to
Punkass.
And Random Heroes, motherfucking cheeky shenanigans.
Take this shit to the motherfucking top. You hear what I'm motherfucking saying?
Yo, they call me the Random Hero, a.k.a. Jesse.
And they call me the motherfucking Punkass to the 1, to the 3, and Nick Carter in his house.
And, you know, we really don't have an excuse for dressing the way we have today, other than that Nick showed up
I
wearing
wanted
that.
to feel like Tupac today. You know?
Tupac.
Yeah.
To Nick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And since he did it, and I happen to have a purple bandana also from DJ Fallen's birthday party.
DJ Fallen.
Shout out.
What up, bro?
Here we are, looking like a couple of white guys trying to dress like gangsters.
Now, do you think the first white guy would be Vanilla Ice? Like the first like,
white rapper?
Like trying to be black. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm sure there was plenty before him who were not like famous.
That's true. Maybe. Like, yo.
And I don't
stop,
even would
collaborate and listen.
Would you even call him like acting like a black guy or just a white rapper?
A white. Well, here the premise is he was a regular white guy, but something happened to where he wanted to transition to dressing and looking like hip hop guys with like that fashion and style.
Like he got struck by lightning and suddenly wanted to be black.
It was like hip hop black lightning struck him and he became like the white Shaq.
Maybe
you know
he
what
just
I mean?
went forward in time, because it's always been my theory that white guys are about 10 years behind in coolness from black guys. You know, once they've started doing something cool, 10 years later, we finally pick up on it, and now you see white guys yelling skeet skeet and whatnot.
Motherfucking skeet's old, motherfucker. Now everybody's saying like woke and I forgot the other ones.
Woke? What's that one mean?
I think woke is just supposed to be like,
Is that like the woke media and shit?
yeah, like I'm woke-ish. Like, I don't know.
Woke-ish?
You're in with the time. Like, you're in with like, you know, there's like hashtag me too, you know, like the movements.
I think this
You know what
whole conversation proves that neither of us are woke.
I mean? Like I was thinking about this, like, I think I heard it somewhere, you know, there's a hashtag me too, right? We
Yeah.
should start one where it's hashtag please do. Get it?
No.
Because the other one's like, I've been like sexually like, you know, you touched without anybody's permission. Hashtag please do would be like, I'm not gonna, you know, touch you without consent, but please do if you want to, whatever you want to me.
I do not know what you're talking about right now.
How do you not know?
Because you can't seem to explain it succinctly. What do you mean?
What is the hashtag Me Too movement about?
It means that you're someone who's been affected by sexual harassment or rape or something like that.
Please do, meaning please have sex with me. See what I'm saying?
I think that's
Please drop my trousers and please put my Willy Wonka in and around your lips.
I thought you were gonna say in your chocolate factory, and that
Would have been
hilarious.
way better. Put my Willy Wonka
in your chocolate
factory.
which seems like it kind of implies anal. But are you into that? You like a little bit of butt stuff?
You know, us men really, there's a comedian that really put it well. It's not that we don't like it, it's that we know it hurts you, and that's what we like about it.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could agree with that. Because, okay, so
it's like saying you're giving me permission to like hurt you a little bit.
It doesn't hurt every girl, and some girls really like that. The only times in my life I've ever done that were at the request of the female.
Okay, well, maybe there's, you know, there's like some golden ticket ones that are like all in for it, you know?
You're sticking with this Willy Wonka theme, aren't you?
Willy Wonka rap day.
Rap day.
Yeah.
Rapping Wonka.
Yeah.
MC Wonka.
This is cheeky shenanigans.
My name is Punkass. I'm at it again.
Yeah.
Now I need to tell you a story about my coolest random hero that's boring.
Hey, that's a good motherfucking rap. Okay?
It was.
Yeah.
And yet you lost.
I did lose. You want to know why? Because you took my really, really bad times in my life and you turned them into punchlines, okay?
That's the whole point of a battle rap.
I thought we were just rhyming random words.
Oh, yeah? Tell me that after your line about I can't even fly because I'm full of burritos.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
But you kind of shot yourself in the foot there, argument-wise.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I know I could do a lot better, and I should have.
Now,
But I was really working on like what I was sounding like instead of trying to hit the marks.
Are you against talking into your mic today or
Can
what?
you not hear me now?
I can, but I'm just...
How about now? Okay.
We've had some audio and camera issues since my computer died, and I'm trying to limit the number of ways that we can possibly screw this up.
Yeah, well, fucking Adam Ray is never coming on the show now.
He is. He will. So really quickly, we have started kind of a new phase where you and I have started appearing on podcasts.
Yes.
We've both done Out of the Blank.
Are you telling me are you about to tell me you did another podcast? And you
No,
didn't tell
but I'm
me?
about to.
Oh, so you're cheating on me again.
Not cheating.
You are cheating, okay?
No, I'm cheating in one way because I've actually started a podcast for my job.
Yeah, if you think about it, I've actually like this idea, I helped you like move on to like better things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it kind of
I'm
makes up for how you talk to me.
and
every
I'm
week.
still down here like just by myself, you know what I mean? I'm just going to start another podcast, okay?
Look, this is always my first love right here. I love this show. Don't get that twisted. But when my work gave me the option to start one for my job there,
Yeah.
that was a good
Now,
idea.
What if I can come on that one, but I'm not myself? And I'm like a whitest suburb guy that doesn't know any cuss words.
Well, that'd be a good start, but you'd also have to know stuff about video production.
So it's okay. I don't know that. So just
It's a professional podcast, no cussing, no dirty humor, called DV Gear Talk. I'm not here to plug that, but I'm not cheating with this next one. I'm sure that he could get you on a guest also, but you remember Caleb, our guest from
Caleb Hershey.
a couple months ago? Yeah.
Hershey.
So we set up a day on Wednesday, and I'm going to go do an episode of Only Everything with Caleb.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, this is what happens, okay? You go do a podcast, then they realize, oh, shit, we need the other guy. Then I do the podcast, and they're like, oh, shit, this other guy's way better, and we get more views.
Uh-huh.
And then they realize, oh, we fucked up. Maybe we should have had this guy on first, and then Jesse second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're
Because
infinitely
I'm
more
bringing out,
entertaining than
I'm
me.
raining the fucking money.
You're the one who makes this whole show work.
Yeah, I totally fucking do, right?
That's what you're getting at. Without you, I would be incapable of doing. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I don't think that you're better at this than me, but I don't think that I could ever do this show without you.
Yeah, I can't do it without you either.
Like, on About Last Night, sometimes Adam will do an episode without Brad Williams.
yeah,
I don't think that would work for us.
I've thought about like if I was having a shitty Sunday and I didn't want to do it, I was like, well, maybe Jesse can like bring someone on just to fill in for a day.
Nope.
You know?
Wouldn't work.
I know. I think it'd be weird, huh?
Because you are what allow me to kind of go on my little rants and get serious for a few minutes without it dragging the whole show down, because you're right there with a comment to kind of bring us back to the humor side.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely crucial to what we do here. So I could never do an episode of this show without you.
Oh, well, I love you too, man.
Yeah, well,
Bring it in.
stop playing footsie with
I'm
me,
sorry.
you weirdo. No, but I brought all that up to intro the fact that we're going to watch a clip of you on a different podcast.
Yes. See, there are these two big famous comedians, Theo Von and Brendan Schwab. Okay? Brendan Schwab's from The Fighter and the Kid.
You've pronounced his name differently.
Schwab,
each
Shrub.
time you say
Shrub, I can't really say it
Bring the
specifically.
shrub.
And then Theo Von has his own podcast by himself. But they're
Yeah.
stand-up comedians. They do theaters, blah, blah, blah. They came together and did King of the Sting podcast, where people bring in questions, video clips of themselves, or
Yeah.
relationship advice, or they send in like a picture of their grandma, and they make fun of the grandma.
Why didn't you do that one?
Because all my grandmas are dead. I just had to
Mine
take a
too.
picture of a casket. But so I sent in a video of a debate club.
I'm going to send him a picture of my dad, but it's just going to be an ashtray.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe put some real ashes in it. And then
What if I knew where they were?
I don't know. And then I kind of I don't regret it, but I do it away because I watched it because my video pops up on their episode, and I sound and look like I'm a depressed asshole, and they made fun of me right in the beginning.
Well, and that's what you are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're regretting the fact that they accurately describe you?
Well, I wish I would have looked better, you know what I mean?
like you do right now?
Yeah, this would have been awesome. But anyways, we're gonna show you that quick clip real quick, and I'm gonna hit this button, and then it's gonna pop up right there.
Here we go.
All right.
Luis says I'm going streaking.
Party at Luis's. Cat's bringing the drugs. Derek's bringing the haircuts. Chin's bringing the beef.
No, Chin's the music, bro.
Yeah.
Live band.
Yeah,
I really
Beef
love
and
these guys.
thongs.
beef and
I
thongs.
can tell you do.
man.
And here it comes.
And we're bringing the bullshit, dude. Let's get into
That's
this. Here's
for
a
sure.
white guy that has a problem. Let's hear it.
Little debate comes. This is our boy, Nick Carter.
Here's some guy in recovery. Is this Nick Carter?
Nick Carter. I don't believe that.
His name's Nick Carter from Marysville.
Nice get.
Marysville, Washington.
Yo, King and the Sting. Part of football season.
You know what's funny?
came up
I
with
can
a
hear the
good
background on my
debate for you
TV.
guys to
Why are
try.
you talking over it?
Who do you think would be the better quarterback? Chris Dance D'Elia or Andrew Cheeto Santino? I think the redhead might be a better quarterback.
I look like shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
figured it'd be a good debate for you guys. So, gang, rub-a-dub, buzz.
What does that
Guys.
mean?
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Gang, bro. This one for me is easy. Cheeto Santino, the ginger to remember, dude. You know what I'm saying? The fucking red Andy Dalton, bro. I think he's got more fire in him. He doesn't care what happens to him. He has seen more sports. Chris doesn't like sports. Chris doesn't like
He doesn't watch sports.
doing anything for sports. So
But I think Chris is more athletic.
now, what do you mean by athletic? Looks athletic or actually is
It's an
athletic?
epic
Oh,
mullet.
man.
That's
And
his
what type of
party mullet, bro.
athleticism? If you're talking about somebody to swim romantically to the bottom of a fucking beautiful ocean area and
I
pick
love
up
when
a
he
fucking
talks about
conch
yogurt.
shell,
Okay.
How long are we going
Chris.
on this?
Okay.
You
If
can
you're
stop it
talking
right
about
now.
somebody-
Yeah, you can stop it right now.
Take
yeah.
it off the screen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's nice that you got on that podcast and all. I think that pretty accurately looked like you, and it
No,
just
I
sounded
know.
like you were talking like 2 octaves lower.
Well, I was depressed as shit, and I sent in a couple videos already before, throughout the months, and they didn't get chosen, right? So I was that background, and I'm listening. I'm like, fuck, I was watching Boys in the Hood because you hear ninja this, ninja that. I'm like, oh shit, and then I was just having a shitty day as usual. So I'm like, you know.
In your deep, sultry voice.
Yeah, and then I'm
Come
kind of
on,
nervous. I'm like,
guys.
it sucks. That's probably what. 1, they probably picked it because of the name. 2, they probably did it because I looked like that. And 3, it was awesome that he just talked shit right off the bat before even hitting the video. I'm sure it was one of those still frames of my face looking fucked up right at that moment, when you play a video.
I might go back through that and see if I can find a funny still of your face.
You know what I mean? But I laughed my ass off, and I've been proud of that moment because real comedians talk shit about me, and it makes me feel special,
Yeah.
And I'm just, we're climbing up that, famous stairs.
If you think that's going to get us
That-
even one more
it
viewer or
is.
follower,
It is.
it's
You
not.
want to know why? Because
Why?
after that video came, people are fucking asking me to be their friends. I don't even know who they are. They're
Like on
oh.
Facebook?
Yeah, they're like, oh, I heard the podcast and I looked you up. Nothing weird, just cool people, And then another chick was like, oh, I'm mad at you. I'm like, what? What did I do? She's like, oh, I heard you on the podcast and you didn't give me a shout out. I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't talk to you really anymore.
Oh, who was it? Like a friend of yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you give her a shout out on
I
a
don't
different
know.
podcast?
That's
You
what
haven't
I-
even shouted out anyone on our podcast.
I know. Shout outs to everyone that I know.
Go ahead and call her
Fucking
out.
360.
Who is
Woo,
it?
woo.
Who wanted their shout out?
Oh, it was some Amanda.
There you go.
Yeah.
Name.
Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the actress?
I know her.
No, you don't.
I do from all that.
So,
But anyways, I don't know. I'm just really proud of that moment right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Theo Vaughn's a really good Southern comedian, but I feel like everything he says is bullshit.
Some people like that, you know? Some people are like that.
I know.
So talking about comedy a little bit, this is a topic I've been wanting to ask you for a while. Who was the very first stand-up comedian you ever saw, and like who got you into stand-up?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Yeah. Because I know that you're like all about it now, but I don't feel like you've always been that way.
I've always been like into comedy. You know what I mean? Like I've been in comedy movies. I've always liked, like when I was younger, my brother would like listen to like the Adam Sandler CDs. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
I
like,
love those.
So like Adam Sandler's always
No, they're all gonna laugh at you.
like, come on guys, let's get ready. Come on.
I'll just let him play with you cock and bolts for a while.
It's like mop, mop, mop
all
day long. Yeah.
Mop, mop, mop.
My favorite one is the where they're like at a house party and there's like dude, you know what I'm saying? The fucking that's not acid, those are pencil shavings. You know what I mean?
Everything the guy sold him is not actual drugs.
Oh, it's a non-alcoholic.
Must have been this beer I was drinking. That's non-alcoholic.
Everything's so funny to me, man. I love that. Was my favorite one. But
okay, but that's also not like stand-up. Like that's hilarious. But like I'm talking stand-up.
Well,
here.
if you want to like say real stand-up, it would have to be watching fucking like Kevin Hart before he got like big.
That's what got you into like stand-up comedy?
Because I love the way his like facial reactions and the way he tells the story, and he always has like a stupid fucking look on his face when he's saying it, you know. And if you think about comedy, if you don't have like your animation or the right type of faces, you're just gonna be like a boring comedian just standing there.
Yeah,
which some can do that
if that's like their shtick. Like they want to look bored or
like I sent you. I don't know if you probably didn't watch it. I sent you a link. It was Big J Okerson. And
I think I saw it.
He's fat, but he has like a like persona like goth type, but he just sits on a fucking stool and he just talks about dirty shit, and I love that. That's like the comedy I want to go. Like I sent you that clip of my little bit I tried doing,
which I like.
Did you like it?
Yes, I told you that. I told you because you didn't tell me that was a bit. You just sent it to me like it really happened.
That's why.
And I watched it and I was like, dude, that is hilarious. You should turn that into a bit. And you're like, yeah, I wrote that.
Yeah, that was my bit.
It's a good bit.
I was thinking of telling it to you like it really did happen.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the listeners, or are you saving that one?
Well, I can't. I have to go back and watch it. You know what I mean?
You forgot your bit already?
No, but I want to make sure. Since I got you to be like it, I want to make sure I grab everything that I did.
All right.
Yeah. Or I thought about maybe you should just like make the video look good and just put it on Instagram or something.
Could
do.
What I mean? Could do.
Yeah.
So
Kevin Hart for me.
He got you into it, but like, is that when you really started paying attention to stand up? Like, did you follow him, or did you start expanding from that into other comedians?
After him, I expanded into the little clique that I have now. So Kevin Hart's not in this clique. So I merged off.
You're in a clique?
I merged
a comedian clique?
Yeah, I'm in my comedian clique, which is right there, as you saw. It was like Theo Vaughn, Brendan Shrub,
Chris D'Elia, whatever.
Andrew Santino, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, and like Joe Rogan. Right? They're kind of all on that same thing.
And out of those, who's your favorite?
Ooh, man, it's tough. Like Tom Segura is really fucking good, but I do like Theo Vaughn a lot. So it's those two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I was like them, comedian wise.
Yeah. Well, I think that if you go up on stage dressed like you are right now, you're instantly guaranteed a couple of laughs.
Do I be like the ghetto white comedian?
But if you go up there looking like a ghetto white comedian and then you just talk normally, like people are gonna be like, "Why is he dressed?" I thought that was gonna be a character or something. Why is he dressed like that? And he just talks like normal and depressive, you know.
Fucking Dolomite, motherfucker.
And I asked that question because the other day I was kind of taken back.
Yourself.
Well, I was taken back in remembering the early days when I got into comedy. The very first comedians I ever saw were all Christian comedians, which is kind of a weird thing.
Yes.
They're genuinely funny people, but the very first one I remember was Mark Lowry.
Is he a British comedian?
No, he is Christian, but he's not British.
Oh, Christian, that's way off.
And the thing is about comedians is even though I like a couple of British ones like Russell Brand and John Oliver and Jimmy Carr, I don't think that they're the best. I think that American stand-up is always going to be like the high mark because we pretty much invented that.
Well, yeah, but if you like Jimmy Carr, like I know Jimmy Carr is not American or any of the others.
He's British.
You said American.
Those three were all British.
So it's gonna be different because they're not from here. So we connect with their American comedians because we can connect with the way they live or
No, and I get
their
that
stories.
But if you look at like,
But
if
not
you,
like Jimmy Wanker.
right,
I'm
but
gonna
if you
shillings.
if you ask anyone who like follows a lot of comedy, even around the world, and ask them who the best comedians of all time are, you're not going to find people that are not American at the top of any list. You're just not. It's always going to be like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, Seinfeld. You know, you've got this Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedians.
Yeah. Now
It's
that would be
always
like
gonna
the
be Americans.
80s, 70s comedians. So like to me, like the best comedians, I guess, coming out of the 90s would be like Adam Sandler, David Spade, and like Jim Carrey. But he's not in that clique, but he was really good. Jim Carrey was.
He did have some good stand-up, but then you've also got like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Out of the 90s, let's see, David Spade. He had a fantastic special
Chris
in the
Farley,
90s.
though.
He wasn't a stand-up comedian, though. I'm talking just stand-up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He was.
Just stand-up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but there are fantastic British comedians, and Jim Jeffries is a fantastic Australian comedian. You've got all these great people, but when you are really talking about the people who are just at the top of the game, it's all Americans.
Yeah.
And so as I go back, my first ones were Christian comedians, and they were funny at the time.
How do they make jokes?
They make jokes that you would only really understand if you went to church and were a Christian.
Like, psh, you're dead. Oh, you got to go to the gates. Just kidding. You're going to hell. Whoop.
No.
Okay.
No, but I shot B-roll on a documentary for a Christian comedian named Michael Jr., who was coming up to Washington State to do part of a tour where he was doing stand-up at locations you wouldn't normally see stand-up. Like we did a homeless shelter. He did a set inside the Pierce County Jail.
Christian guy?
Yeah. Huh. And his whole goal, and it was actually a pretty good premise, and his goal was like, these people never get chances to laugh anymore. I want to be able to bring that to them, even though they're in these bad situations.
So kind of like the Johnny Cash type deal.
Playing
in prison.
Not terribly dissimilar, but and he has some great bits. I highly recommend checking him out because he's basically just a regular comedian who's not dirty. Like he'll talk about God a little bit, but he also just does these bits that have nothing to do with God that are just not dirty, that are genuinely funny. But I didn't really get into comedy because of Christian comedians. That wasn't until my friend Justin Kramer, who's in our fantasy league, Wiener Mustache.
You're a loser.
He invited me over one day after school and put on a Chris Rock stand-up. I think it was Bigger and Blacker.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah. And
it's not because he's black.
Seeing Chris Rock do Bigger and Blacker changed my life. And it wasn't only him, though, because I saw that. And then the next time we hung out, he showed me a George Carlin special.
Yeah. And
those two, who are, definitely in the top, 50 all time, maybe even top 20 all time, they really showed me what a powerful medium it could be, because Carlin, he makes little points and observations, and they're always funny, and they sound funny because he's kind of a cantankerous old guy. And but Chris Rock, he has the ability to make like purpose for his whole set. He's getting points across, and I think that Dave Chappelle is kind of the successor to Chris Rock.
I mean, I think number one, everyone's going to say Dave Chappelle, right?
I mean,
he's like the Godfather.
He really
is.
Yeah, he's so. And there's a lot of controversy about him right now, but at the end of the day, like, he is just at the top of his game.
He says what's real, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why people could get mad at that.
Yeah. And if you want to figure out who the number one is, just tell me who you think is funnier than Dave Chappelle. Exactly.
No one can do what he does.
No one.
Yeah.
Not even Chris Rock. He took what Chris Rock did, because Dave Chappelle
Tambourine Man.
He has a... Chris Rock, he would always have a point to it. He'd be getting a message across. Dave Chappelle, he does that too, but somehow his jokes are able to emphasize the point instead of detract from it. Like Chris Rock would make a point, and then he'd do some kind of funny impression of like an old black guy or a sexy black woman or something, and it would kind of take you out of it for a second.
Yeah.
Then he'd go right back to his point. But Chappelle, he finds a way to make those impressions he does hammer the point home. And I like it that comedians can have a message sometimes. You know, not all the time. You know, Jimmy Carr, for example, no message, just says fucked up things. And his jokes are all like one-liner setups, you know.
Well, what would your message be to try to get, you know, the gay community to come together with you, right?
And, you know, that's what I've thought of, you know, because I still write for stand-up. I'm still hoping to get back into it. But I was really trying to figure out, like, you know, I'm someone who appreciates that. I'd like to do that kind of comedy, but what is my voice? What is my point of view on anything?
Yeah.
What is a belief I have that would be funny to people?
I
don't have an answer right now.
I really need to do it.
You do?
Well,
I
just
want you to.
I know I'm scared. I'm scared of not making people laugh, right? Or if someone tries to heckle me, I don't know how to respond without causing like a big confrontation.
Yeah.
Or it's just gonna sound like shit, or I'm gonna be like, but I mean, we play in a band. I don't know why. Well, because I just play guitar. I don't try to speak my voice in the band. But I'm getting closer. I just need to do that one bit.
Yeah, and the first thing you discover when you go and you actually try stand-up, you know, I was so nervous getting up on the stage. You get up there and you start talking and you tell this joke, and then if people laugh, you go, oh, wow, thank God, I can do this. And then even if they don't, you go, well, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I'm still okay.
See, the way you write jokes is like you try to like write like a joke, right? It's like
to an extent.
Yeah. So like I want to tell jokes how I like told that, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a story type deal, and I have little punchlines or a little like, haha, it's funny in
Yeah.
there. I don't know how to write jokes like you write them, like set it up and then the punchline's right there. You know?
I'm not really sure that I'm good at that either, because most of my good jokes when I was doing stand-up were not the ones where it's like you write a setup and then a punchline. It was like ones where I had a story, and then I would go back over that story. Maybe it has like a funny ending, and go back over and go, okay, so now do I need to add like a metaphor in here that would be funny? Or do I need to compare this person to something that would be funny? Or do I need to make up a crazy voice or whatever it is? Those bits always do better, because this is something that Adam Ray and, what's his name?
Ellen?
No, Dane
Ellen
Cook were
DeGeneres.
talking about. It was Adam Ray and Dane Cook. And they just did a podcast recently when he was on tour with them.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how the best bits they've always done and the best specials they've released were always ones where they got really vulnerable and really told people stuff personal about them.
Yeah.
And that allows them to kind of connect to you a little bit more. So, you know, maybe you're on the right path. But the other thing is you just got to get out there and try it.
I
you
do
know?
need to try it. I do.
Yeah.
And
I think it's crucial to try
like,
it that you memorize your shit, because I don't.
Like I've listened to podcasts with other different comedians, and like some comedians say, "Oh, well, if you're scared to do it, then you're not a stand-up comedian."
Yeah.
Or like shit like that. I'm like, "Oh, well,
Not
maybe."
true.
You know what I mean? Like I listen to that, I'm like, "Oh, well, maybe they're right," or something.
They're not.
Or there's some where like if you don't want to put the work in, then you're never gonna succeed. You know what I mean?
No, you're never going to succeed because you're not funny.
Yeah, that's a fucking lie.
No, but like you just got to put yourself out there, you know? And the more that you do it, and that's the thing every comedian that's made it has in common, is they all have these stories about how they've epically bombed, or how they spent 3 years before anyone started taking notice of them. You know, it's not like you're going to go up there and do a couple sets and instantly people are going to be like, you're hilarious, you're going to make it.
It's like this podcast. We're gradually getting a couple of viewers each month. Maybe.
Very gradually.
Yeah. So I want to gradually cusp your balls for a second.
Cusp my balls?
Yeah, just cusp.
What is
not
cusping
like,
them?
like cusp is like just lightly.
Like just tickling the hairs?
No, just barely touching the hairs, but like you don't feel it, but you know I'm there. You know what I mean? We only got one topic this week because you guys are just fucking boring.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, fucking just can't even put time to write a couple fucking words down. I don't know what's so special this weekend. You know what I mean? But we have Tyler Lapierre.
Tyler Lapierre.
Which is my nephew. So it's
okay.
He wrote down 9/11 conspiracies.
Okay. Give me your thoughts.
My thoughts is, the president did it. We're done. That's it. Yeah.
That's it?
Yep. President.
So
done.
you're saying that you think Bush did it? You believe the conspiracy theory?
Well, here's the thing. There's so many different variables, right?
Yeah.
People say, okay, the airplane crashed in there. People say the fucking bottom of the buildings like flashed and blew up before the plane hit it.
Right.
The Twin Towers are part of the stock market. Was it a ploy to fucking, on our side, it'd be like, oh, let's demolish this and start over instead of trying to do it a different way and kill, I don't know, thousands of people? I wouldn't say millions, right? Probably
No,
not.
it was thousands.
Yeah. I kind of do believe the part that like we had something to do with it a little bit because our government's fucked up that way. And the Habibs were probably like, here's probably what happened. American government, President Stupid Bush, you know, hey Habib, you want to help us, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, ah, la, 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 okay. And then they fucking help them get through security, and then they get them jobs at the airport, and then they get in the airplane, and they're probably like, oh, this is because you're president, but no one can tell us. And then President Bush is like, do it, and then they did it, and then the stock market crashed, and then everyone was fucking having a really bad day because all their family members are dead, and that's really shitty, but that's what our government does, and this is the world that we live in, so that's what happened.
Wow, so you're biting that conspiracy theory hook, line, and sinker then, huh?
Yeah, I do believe it, you know.
And are you being funny or are you being genuine about that?
It's half and half. Like if you're getting coffee, you want like full milk? No, I want half and half. You know, I don't want 2% or fat-free milk. I want a half and half. But I don't want a jug either. I want the little cups that you can give me. Okay.
The little flavored creamers or whatever that you can flip.
Yeah, but not just not the flavors though. I want a half and half.
Oh,
okay. Half and half milk.
You know, a half and half is also a hooker term I've heard.
Oh yeah, give me half. Give me half. Give me half girl, half boy on the bottom.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like half girl, half horse.
Give me half girl, half Jesse.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically all girl, isn't it?
I know, yeah. And then I'll just flick the patch.
Flick the patch.
Yippee! I want to hear your.
So my thing about the 9/11 conspiracy theorists is I understand why there are so many people who believe it, because it's natural for humans to want to seek meaning when they encounter a big, tragedy like that. I get it. And there's things that, look a little strange, but I don't think that all the numbers that people are running and like, oh, the steel wouldn't melt at that temperature or jet fuel doesn't do that. I don't think that any of that matters because it's all on paper and it's all hypothetical. If we really want to get to the bottom of this, what needs to happen is someone
has
rich,
the boxes too.
No, what I'm saying is someone rich needs to construct a tower using the exact same materials like in the desert, and then buy an airplane that was the exact same one used, match all the conditions, and then recreate it. And then see what happens.
That's true. But I'm just saying 99% of the time when the tragedy happens or like a big crash, we always find the black box. For some reason, we can't find them on this, right?
Yeah, well, the black box is always surviving as kind of an urban legend.
But that's what they're made to do.
Yeah, but if we could really make something indestructible, why wouldn't we make the whole plane out of the black box?
Because then it comes with like aerodynamics and fucking, you got to have the right, like what's that word?
You're the one who builds airplanes.
It, like contracts and shit, and moisture. You can't just build it indestructible. Moist. And this is a segment, moist.
Moist.
We love you. But just like the JFK shit, right? And it's supposed to be Oswald, but now everyone's like, oh, it's really not. It was somebody else. It was the government. Somebody knows the fucking answers. And damn it, we should have them.
And here's the thing is that these days, anyone who might have the answers is either dead or has been, like, the government's worked hard to discredit them.
Yeah, but we made a movie about this, right? There's a fucking president's book that has all the secrets in it. National Treasure. It's based off real events.
Including Nicolas Cage being a badass.
Yeah, like always.
But to answer the actual question, I don't think that we did it. I think that there's ways that we could have prevented it that we didn't take, but I don't think that we did it because, I mean, if that had happened, the size, the number of people that would have to be involved to pull that off as a conspiracy would have been so great, someone would have said something by now.
But that's the problem with our society. When something big like that happens, someone will say the truth, but they're like, get the fuck out of here with your conspiracy.
But no one who's in a position to help with that has said it. No one.
It's just when something major happens, there's always a truth and a conspiracy, and either one's going to be right. But people always try to follow the truth instead of actually listening to the conspiracy and like analyzing, like, oh shit, well maybe the truth is wrong.
Okay, let me ask you this then, and I'm going to put this out there for everyone listening too. If you want to chime in on this, please feel free.
He's probably going to come up with some dick joke.
No, that would be your job. What I want to say is let's say that you believe that 9/11 was an inside job. If like I want to know what it would take to prove that it wasn't. Like, what would you need to see to be proven to and believe that it was not a conspiracy?
Well,
what is that evidence?
Well, we need the black box evidences, right?
Yeah, but if you crash a jet plane into a tower that's, a mile and a half in the sky or whatever,
what if,
and then it all disintegrates?
Well, what if the stupid Habibs in the airplane were like,
are you really going to keep saying that word all day?
Well,
now?
they did kill our people, okay?
Those ones you can call that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyways, what if they're like, this is the cause of your president, blah, blah. Like, what if people are talking shit in there about, like, the actual truth? You know what I mean? Like, what if they're in the cockpit talking about the situation? We could have that.
Well, the thing is, there's groups that took credit for that, okay? So there's people that have already said, we did that, this is why, done. Now, whether or not you believe that story and our president's story and all that, all I want to know is what kind of proof would it take to convince you that that didn't happen?
I needed Osama bin Laden.
He's dead.
To come from his grave.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, is most people's answer to that question is something that's unable to be provided.
Speaking of Osama, we just killed another fucking ISIS guy today.
That actually
I want
to bring that into my douchebag of the week, because...
Ooh, douchebag of the week, and we got to do our thing, because then we're going to highlight it.
There was a big... Are you good?
I guess.
There was a big photo op so you remember way back when Obama was in the war room when they killed Osama bin Laden and all that?
Yeah.
So lots of pictures of that. Those were all proven to be true because it all went down at the right time and all that, blah, blah, blah. So this happens with that new guy, and Trump gets a picture taken in his little war room office.
Can I just say
what?
That I know people hate Trump. Everybody has mixed feelings.
Yeah.
But I loved the way he described how it happened. Like we're the shit.
Well, here's the thing. So they took that picture of him, right? And they know that the attack happened at 3:30 p.m. the day that it went down. And that picture was taken 2 hours later when you look at the metadata on the actual picture.
Well, I haven't seen the picture. I just heard his little speech this morning.
Yeah, and that's whatever. But there was a picture taken that was supposedly happening like during the event. And he's there and he's guiding them and he's making the calls and blah, blah, blah. Well, they proved that picture was 2 hours later, meaning it was set up. And then they went back over his itinerary that day. Guess what Trump was doing when that guy was actually killed?
Eating McDonald's?
Nope.
Getting at a spa?
No.
On The Price is Right?
No.
Jeopardy?
No.
Set of Friends?
He wasn't on TV. What's the one thing he does all the time during his presidency?
He plays golf.
Yes.
Okay.
He left the golf course at 3:33 p.m. the day that attack went down 3 minutes earlier.
So did we not do it?
No, we did it, but he had nothing to do with it.
Oh, right.
They staged a picture making it look like he was, there like Obama was.
That's what I always say. I always say our president's just a puppet.
Yeah.
Like everyone else does the job, but he's just the main face to tell everybody.
Yeah. And he's provided ample reasons to be our douchebag of the week almost every time we've done an episode, but I'm calling this one out purely not because it's Trump, because he's done so much, but because of the way that it went down and the fact that they decided to stage a picture so that he could take that kind of credit. That's just, it's mind-blowing to me.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So that's my douchebag of the week.
It's a good douchebag.
What you got?
My douchebag of the week is our drummer, Chad.
Oh.
Chad is a really great guy, but Chad really dropped the ball this month.
He broke his hand.
He broke his hand while being our new drummer. So now we really got to come together and play a 4-piece band instead of a 5.
Which means that I'm no longer just doing vocals. I am now on vocals and guitar for the next 3 shows this month.
And we really have really cool 3 shows this month. But
Yeah,
now,
we're finally doing the place you've always wanted to play.
and for some reason, every time I want to play there, something always happens. You know what I mean? Something we break up, or our drummer breaks our hand, and now we're just gonna be this mediocre band that no one's not gonna watch because we're gonna sound like shit.
Because I'm on guitar.
No, just because when we have a drummer, everything fits into place. Now everything is just gonna be mixed with shitty feelings, and I'm sure Aaron's probably gonna get pissed off at some point because something didn't go right, and he's gonna throw a drumstick at me, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then you're gonna throw your guitar, and then you're gonna walk off stage, and then I'm gonna stand there like, "This is my dream."
You know, that's happened to me before. We played a show way back in the day when I was like 23, 24, and it was down in Shoreline. And so it was me and Aaron, our bass player at the time, who I don't even remember who it was, and then Steve, the drummer, who's Aaron's brother. And what had happened is our buddy Brad showed up, and it was his birthday, so I'm buying him shots beforehand, and we're drinking and having fun. So by the time it was actually our turn to go play, I was wasted. I was gone.
You were a fucking wasted
And
man.
I was playing guitar, and me and Aaron had more of an even 50-50 split on vocal duty at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing guitar. You could still smoke in bars at this point, so I had like a lit cigarette on one of the
Yeah.
strings on the head of my guitar.
That's the way to do it.
And playing all these wrong notes, and just, it was not a good show. Terrible by me. We've since created a rule where you can only have up to 2 drinks before we play now, and
Yeah.
I'm the reason why.
Oh,
but
thanks a lot.
so what happened is, after we were done, Steve was so pissed at me that there's this door as you're going out to the back to unload all your gear.
Yeah.
And you exit the door and immediately turn left because there's a wooden fence right in front of you that went to their like patio area. So I'm walking towards the door. I open the door, turn left, and start walking that way. Right as a whole bag of drumsticks flew right where my head was, so hard that it went through one of the wooden planks in the fence.
No shit.
Steve had taken them from the drum set on stage and hucked them so hard they went through the wood that was right there.
How did you feel about that?
Well, I was drunk enough that I was just kind of like, that's weird. And then
God must have thrown drumsticks
and
at
then
me.
I ended up having to ride home with him, which was a very awkward ride home. And I'm not saying I didn't deserve some kind of anger, because I was definitely a shithead in that story. But if I hadn't gotten out of the way, I don't know what that would have done to me.
Probably would have had a drumstick in your head.
Yeah, like just embedded.
Like that Happy Gilmore scene where they nail in his head and it's stuck there. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
No. Cool. So we got Douche Bag of the Week out of the way. Here's one I want to try.
Oh, okay.
I want to go through all the holidays. We're approaching the holidays. Halloween is in a couple days. And that means that
Which is
Thanksgiving
not your fucking favorite holiday at all, because you don't like being scared or gory.
I don't like being scared
or
gory.
shocked.
I do like dressing up or
Be
seeing
like,
people dressed up and all that, though. What I want to do is I want to have us rate all the holidays.
Ooh.
So on a scale of bored to the most fun in the world, or you enjoy it the most, where do you stand on Halloween? And we'll do 1 through 10, 10 being the best.
Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween. Well,
Me.
well, it sucks. Here's the thing. I'm older now, right? I can't go trick-or-treating anymore. 30 is the cutoff line.
Is it?
Yeah, you can't trick-or-treat after 30.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I try to
Just go buy your own candy.
Yeah, I tried to do it last year, but they caught on to me really fast.
Were you with your daughter at least?
No, I was by myself. That's the problem.
Just tell them you're a kid who dressed up really convincingly as an older guy.
I tried to go as Michael Jackson. No one didn't like it. And then I had my little nephew with me, right? And they didn't like that.
Dressed
idea.
as Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, they didn't like that either. I think it was like the I didn't let him wear any pants. I think that's what everybody threw off.
Okay.
So anyways, Oh, dude.
So Halloween, where do
Halloween.
you stand?
Like, it's in a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Thanksgiving?
4.
A 4. You don't like Thanksgiving at all.
It's just like visiting family and having dinner, you know?
Hmm?
It's nothing really to celebrate.
So what about Christmas then?
That's going to be like a 8.5.
An 8.5.
Like 8.7.
So you like Christmas.
I do.
What about New Year's?
Ooh, that's going to be like a 5.5.
You don't like New Year's?
I've never had good experiences with New Year's. Like,
Really?
they've been, like, all been boring.
Okay, give me an example.
I just just stay at home and fall asleep before it's midnight. You know what I mean?
So, have you ever gone out for midnight shenanigans?
Well, yeah, like, you know, we went to Portland and just like, I always imagine going out New Year's Eve, like big party style, like there's sex, drugs, like the movies, and it never ends up being that way. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm over it.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like at a dance club, like dancing away. Like,
What about Valentine's Day?
ooh, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is more just a girl's day, to be honest with you.
You don't get anything out of that?
Well, girl, it's like a girl holiday. The man's supposed to make the girl feel special. It doesn't. You can go vice versa, but the guy's just like, oh, you got me, like a present, thank you. But here, I got you
a
this
blowjob.
magical evening. You know, so I don't know. I give Valentine's Day we'll give it a 10.
All right. A 10?
No, I mean a 5. We'll give it a 5. We'll give it a 5.
All right. 4th of July.
4th of July, we'll give that a 10.
10. So you do like the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Including the sparkler bomb videos?
Fucking blow shit up because America. You know what I mean?
America.
Fucking America.
And out of the 3 years that we've done the Nick Sparkler Bomb videos, 2 of them have actually been pretty impressive.
Yeah, that first one has had so many more views than all of our podcasts combined.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's still at like around 66,000 views or something.
It gets bigger every close to 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Father's Day, since you're a daddy?
6.
Wow, so the only holiday to make it higher than a 6 is 4th of July. No, Christmas you gave an 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So you're just not a big holiday guy then, huh?
Like I really like the holidays that I like. You know what I mean?
2 of them.
And, you know, Halloween was in there a little bit. You know, we should. Okay, my turn. Columbus Day.
0.
Okay.
Columbus was a murderer.
Oh shit. Labor Day.
Labor Day. I mean, it's cool to have a day off of work paid.
Kwanzaa.
Never celebrated Kwanzaa.
Okay. Christmas Eve.
I do like Christmas Eve. Now, my family always had since I came from a broken home, my parents divorced when I was 5, so we frequently had to like do holidays kind of differently. Like one parent would get you Christmas Eve one year, the other one would get you Christmas Day, and then the next year it'd be reversed and all that shit. So there was never a lot of time to really build up these super solid traditions.
Right. Do you open presents Christmas Eve night or Christmas morning?
So on my mom's side of the family, which is pretty much the only side that exists now that my dad's dead.
Yeah. He's really dead. Like
yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
there's nothing left.
I don't think so.
Yeah, ashes. Okay. Good.
Yeah, maybe some ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His boner's still around though, but that's fine.
But so we never really established a whole lot of traditions. But since, getting older and spending more Christmases with my mom and Glenn and all that, what they like to do is they normally do presents on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And then we go to bed, and Glenn loves to do like stockings and stuff on Christmas morning.
Okay.
And that usually has like a movie ticket so the whole family could go see a movie. And then, just little stuff like that. And I think that's because my brothers growing up always wanted to open presents as quickly as they could. So it was like giving in and then still giving you something to do Christmas Day.
See, I have a hard time with that because I was always raised, you go to sleep, Santa comes.
Yeah.
And open presents.
How long did you believe in Santa?
No, it was like 5, 6, maybe 7, 8. I kind of.
You've gone up 4 years.
I know. Like, well, I'm trying to remember. Like, it was around like 8ish. Like I would still believe like, oh, I'm probably gonna get what I wanted, Santa. And then I'm like, oh, my parents get this shit.
Okay, so but you guys were really strict about doing it Christmas morning.
Well, it's just like that's the way we were raised. So when people want to like open presents Christmas Eve, I'm like, no, fuck that, dude. It's not the same. Santa doesn't come Christmas Eve. You know what I mean?
Well, he does.
But no, Santa comes in the middle of the night after Christmas Eve. After. It's real early Christmas morning. 1 a.m.
Oh, so you know exactly when Santa would show up.
And then you would hear the
Gotcha.
deers, okay? And then you'd hear some weird like rustling around on there. I think it's the deers humping each other while Santa gives the presents to get a good quickie.
Why wouldn't they?
I know.
He needs more
like,
deers.
Like ding a ling a ling a ling a ling a ling. Yeah. So fuck me. Right.
Okay.
All right then. We like to do cartoons voices.
Oh, we're gonna jump to that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh wait, your computer's not connected up, so do I need to look him up on the laptop?
Oh, you do, because you fucked everything up today. You know
I didn't
what?
Fuck anything up, you asshole.
I walked in here today in our studio, and I was like, "Hey, Jesse," and I didn't get a response. So I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And
I was taking a shower.
I hear the water going, and I'm like, I wonder if he's whacking off in there. Like, I wonder how long he takes a shower without jacking off, and then how long he takes it with jacking off. But since he's like a pre-shooter, it's probably averages as the same. He probably takes a couple strokes, and it's like already done. So I feel bad for all the women he slept with, because he's probably got to like try to make it up to him afterwards, like be like, "Oh, you want some juice, or you want me to make you some food? Are you okay? Do you want a warm blanket?" And then he probably tries to like go down on them, which he's really horrible at. So they're like, you know, I don't think it's gonna work anymore, Jesse. So maybe we can still be friends, you know. I'll just put you in the friend zone, and then I don't know. I think Jesse might turn gay eventually.
Yeah, I'm still listening to you, dickhole.
Oh, he's right here. I thought he was gone.
All right,
You know?
I've got the first cartoon character up for you.
You do? Is it up right now? Oh, I gotta do the button, huh?
All right, so you get to give him a voice first.
I'm gonna picture this as a father wanting to take his son on a fishing trip on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And he's really white though. All right. We'll say his son's Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Nope, that
That's
doesn't
you.
work. That doesn't work. That's me. Okay. All right. Hey, Ralph. You want to go fishing on Saturday? You know what I mean? Let me take your pants off and let's go get some worms. You want to get some worms? The reason why I'm going to take your pants off is because when you go to the bait shop, they give you a discount because your little wheelie that shows is a little entertainment for them. So that was fucking horrible. Let's carry on to you.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, this is a really difficult exercise to try and do, especially since neither of us have pre-selected these or developed them in any way. So it's very, very amateurish, but it's also fun. Okay, what do I got here? So he looks like a wholesome dad with the whole fishing outfit. Hey guys, I am just another wholesome member of society. I live 2 doors down from you, and I absolutely love fishing on the weekends. And if you'd let me, I'd love to bring you along. And when this little trout jumps off the line and right into your pants, I'll go digging in there and find it for you.
That was better than mine. Better than mine. That was
All right,
good.
kill the picture real quick.
Kill the picture. Killing the picture.
All
Oh,
right,
there
let's
we go.
find another one here.
I love Tupac. This is the reason why I feel this today. He was a very spiritual lyricist. You know what I mean? He brought how would I say it? He's trying to help society with his music. You know what I mean? He was like the new Martin Luther King, like prodigy. And then what happens as usual? Martin Luther King, dead. Tupac, dead. Fucking Biggie on the East Coast, dead. Who else is gonna be dead? 6ix9ine, because he's a little bitch. He's gonna be dead soon. So life is just full of fucking surprises. You know, you never know which trout you're gonna get out of a stream. You could get a retard one, or you get like a real badass one that's got like a lot of meat to it, and you can like burn that up on the barbecue and just fry away your life of just dreams and fantasies, because you can never be what you want to grow up. Fucking parents lie to you all the time. You know, you want to be an astronaut. You're never really going to be an astronaut.
All right, I found one. Now, I don't know if these ones already have voices since I believe they're on shows, but maybe that'll even make it a little bit funnier because we don't know how they normally sound like.
Oh my God, what is this?
I decided to go a slightly different route and throw in an anime one.
Oh, fuck. I never really watch anime because I hate it.
Me either. Well, I mean, I don't hate it. I've enjoyed a couple like Akira and some Dragon Ball and stuff.
It's really
not really my thing.
Really
but...
looks like a fucking Japanese Elvis.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man. Oh, we need to go to a fight. Uh-huh. We need to gather our friends, you know what I'm saying? Let's get our warrior sticks and little nunchucks. Uh-huh. And we meet down by the river. Uh-huh. See you there. And done.
Not bad. Not
Okay.
bad at all.
I had to do my animation. I was like,
No, you were full on like voice acting right there.
yeah, I was trying it, you know.
Taking just a second to really think about what I want to say here.
You know, dude, it's tough. It's tough.
Aw!
All right.
I'm going to spend 30 minutes of this episode charging up my special attack. And then I use my penis-shaped hair to I attack you! Thank you very much.
That's not fair. You've seen anime movies. You know what to do.
I was just trying to sound silly, I guess.
I
don't know.
Oh, you sound like a Japanese Tim Allen. Tim Allen.
Japanese Tim Allen.
Yeah.
That's really the only like anime kind of vocal riff that I know is when they always go like, Okay. Since I'm not really good at finding these characters, I'm gonna say that's it for now. So.
All right. Well, I mean, we're getting
Pull the
close
picture
to
down.
the fucking mark. So let's talk about what we need to do to get the show to grow. You know.
No, let's not.
Let's talk about what we were planning on doing on season 3. We want to try to have people Skype in instead of trying to show up here.
We will. We've got a couple of guests who are already like ready to go as soon as we've brought that in.
And it looks to me like it would be a lot easier maybe to get famous people, maybe not like high end, but maybe like C celebrity status. It might be easier for them to like just Skype in real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and ultimately it's not that we're like chasing celebrities or anything, but those are people that are generally more engaging to viewers of all walks.
Yeah.
So like we still definitely want to, bring in guests that are local. And, I never want to get rid of that because people like Sky and Abby and, all these people we've had on may never have had a chance to do a podcast or a show without us.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just like...
But it does give us the ability to reach those people.
I started the show because, I like making people laugh. But
you started the show all by yourself.
I started the show, and I brought Jesse in as a good faith favor,
How's that paying off for you?
It's probably paying off pretty good. We should keep this look from now on.
I don't think I'm ever going to dress like this again after this.
I don't know. I think you should. You're a badass. You look a badass motherfucker.
Maybe we'll take a good picture like this for Instagram.
Badass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying, bitch?
What?
Why do black guys always have like different bitches? Like bitch, bitch, bitch.
That's funny because like Dave Chappelle is the king of saying bitch in different ways to imply different things. And really, like, I like using that word when it's not referring to a woman way more than I do when it is referring to
I can never call a woman a bitch. Like if I want to say, I'm like,
You're a dick.
Yeah, like, oh, you're being shitty. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to call you a bitch. I don't like that. But, I'll call you a bitch all the time. Or bitch out. Or,
What if you were like a chick? I'm like, You're a stupid country. Get out of here.
Then I would be wondering if you meant to call her a country, like a nation, or like country.
Yeah, see, like it might work. It might be a loophole.
A tree of those.
Trio.
Contrio.
Why don't you Twix it up and grab a Twix? If you get a Twix, do you grab the left one or the right one first?
I don't know that I've ever paid attention.
Just like with your wiener.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
it was funny.
When I'm grabbing one of my dicks, I usually grab the right one first.
Jesse texted me last night.
No, I didn't.
You texted me last night.
Did not.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring this up. I got a random text from Jesse last night, and it was rar. I was like,
oh, damn it.
Did you just rar me right now?
That was not meant for you.
It wasn't meant for me. And then I was like, so you guys just talk little sensual animal styles? And then he made fun of me because it was like, oh, you respect the dinosaurs. It's T-Rex. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, it shouldn't be rar. It should be rar. You know, so you need to fix that.
Next time I'll add an exclamation mark afterwards.
I always add in LOLs and exclamation marks and parentheses.
Well, you weren't supposed to get that text in the first place. But
anyways, where was it? Oh, he was like, oh, my T-Rex is sleepy, I guess. And I was like your penis. Oh, that's a good one. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. ICP bitch in his house.
I can't even with you right now. So, yes, I definitely sent you. I'm glad that was the text that I sent you instead of a different one, though. That could have been way worse.
I know. It'd be like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I want to put my hand in your pants right now, baby. I'm getting so wet, and I'm a dude.
Well, if I sent that to you, I would totally be like, no, Nick, that is for you. I really want to put my hand in your pants right now.
Ooh, $5.
Yep. Open hand. No fist, no fingers, no diddling. Just open hand in the pants. Cusping the balls. Just on the cusp right there. Tickle the hairs a little bit and then back out again.
And then back in. And then
over
side
the
to
pants.
side.
Over the pants. I'm not trying to rush this, Nick.
And then over the shoulder.
I'm going to take my time with you.
And then over the ass.
Yeah. And then the hole in the popcorn.
And then don't forget to subscribe and share us, please.
Yeah.
It'd be real helpful.
Yeah. So I know that we look like idiots right now, which is kind of par for course. But aside from that, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you would like to leave us a review, we promise we will mention it on the show, and we will thank you for that, because we genuinely do think.
I know your lives aren't fucking busy. I know you sit on the couch or you just do nothing and you look through your fucking phone and you skim through all of everybody's little posts.
That's me.
Yeah. So just say something, okay? I said something. Look, it got paid. I got viewed on the fucking podcast. So if you want to have that full of excitement.
Or if you want to send us a video like Nick sent them, we will play that on the show and rip on you in much the same way.
Yeah, fucking send us anything.
Yeah.
Send us dick pics, butt pics, boob pics, nipple pics.
I don't think I really want any dick pics or butt pics.
I know.
I think I'm good.
We'd have to censor it out anyways.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We'd have to have a funny censor where it's like a picture of a different dick.
Yeah, like a dildo.
Or, yeah, like a big fake black giant dildo covering the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, when did you get that cool watch?
Oh, I got it from my work. It's gonna help me exercise more. It's tracking like my my time standing,
your
walking,
fat cells?
running, yeah, all that.
Oh, okay, good.
And the diet's been going, so like, yeah.
Okay, keep it going.
Pretty soon, all of this will be thin and sexified.
Not even on your worst day.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Motherfucking Cheeky Shenanigans.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
And please have a consensual day, bitches.
Whoop, whoop.